Hi, I'm Mary.
And I'm Katie, and this is The Housewife Did It.
Pop Culture Edition.
I have
Oh,
a
oh,
hammer.
oh my god. Welcome back to the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Yes, true.
If you like our show, this is one of the last chances of the year that you have to subscribe, share, comment, repost, follow, and to use our Every Jewels code, Mary788.
Yeah.
On Every Jewels, EVRY Jewels. Right now they have a sale where everything is like $4.99, I think, and our code works on sale items. Also, they have advent calendars out. So
Cute.
if you, like us, are getting ready for the holidays, which is why we're piecing
Peacing
out,
out.
then you can get an advent calendar
Of
using the code
Julie.
Mary788.
Beautiful.
Bam. And
Yeah.
I'll work on some Christmas shirts.
Yay. Love. Also, if you have turned our notifications on, turned your notifications on for our show, you might notice that sometimes Katie just be posting them at whatever time she wants. So you might get an early screening.
Yeah, and Mary just be not posting the video whenever she wants or doesn't.
Perfect. Yeah, I never post them late, but well, except that one time, 2 weeks late. But I do be posting them early, just for funsies. I figure people who have turned on their notifications deserve a little something.
Yeah, yeah. Okay,
All
can
right.
I guess? Can I guess what we're gonna talk about today?
Uh, yes.
The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
At the end.
Real Housewives.
Which one?
Salt Lake City.
Yes.
Potomac.
No.
Uh, that's it.
Yep, that's our two topics. It's a lot of Mormons. Love.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Tidbits first, as usual. So, following the election of Zohran Mamdani as the mayor of New York
Her
City,
name is Mamdani.
Mamdani.
Mamdani. You should
See,
learn how to spell it.
say it.
You should learn how to say it.
But also, I don't think we can get copyrighted for that one, so we can just all day. Um, Following his election as mayor of New York City, Ramona Singer posted an Instagram story that said, "The Islamic takeover of the U.S. is underway," which is disgusting, obviously.
It's giving say no to Islamacare.
Yeah, it's disgusting, but also I guess thank you, Ramona Singer, for doing the most on brand thing. We are all 0% shocked.
I give up.
After all the things we've heard about Ramona Singer over the years, this is not surprising at all. In other reality or I don't know, pop culture crossover with politics news, Katy Perry has hard launched her new relationship with former Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. That's crazy!
What the fuck?
Did you see that video of the fan jumping Ariana Grande at that event?
Yes, and Cynthia Erivo said, no, no.
Get away from her! Get off of her! But
They said it looks like that meme where that woman is holding her man like a baby and going,
yeah. So this is this person's claim to fame. This is what they do. They recently did this to Katy Perry at one of her concerts. They just try to get up onto places they're not supposed to be. But yeah, that was crazy. She looked so scared.
yeah, what the hell?
Breaking news: Hillary Duff is back, bitches.
She never left for me. She's killing it.
She's back. This time her pop revival worked.
I love her.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Sorry, I just saw my next bullet. Maddie Pruitt, who is now
Oh my God.
a preacher's wife, Christian podcaster and influencer, but lest
Who
we not
wants to be
forget,
her children.
yeah, but lest we not forget who got her start on The Bachelor, posted a clip from her podcast episode asking her followers to really consider if they're watching of Love Island or The Summer I Turned Pretty, if it really glorifies God and makes them more like Jesus. Demi Burnett posted and said, Maddie Pruitt should be arrested. Rock on.
Funny.
Yeah.
It was so fucking funny.
I guess I'll insert here, because Mary reminded me when she said Potomac, I saw at BravoCon, they like showed the mid-season trailer for Potomac or something, and Andy is going to have a sit-down interview with Karen Huger in her home.
They're airing.
And they put it on camera, her being released.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Well, they're like you can watch BravoCon on Peacock.
Yes,
this year.
You could last year.
I don't know if they've done that before, but
well, last year they did some of like, I don't know. They came out as like full-length episodes. This was like you can like watch them live. It looked like, and I'm like, that's kind of crazy. New Vanderpump Rules is coming back on December 2nd. The Traitors will be back January 8th. Secret Lives of Mormon Moms is back. It's back, baby.
That snuck up on me.
Yeah.
What's coming back in December? Something.
Vanderpump Rules.
Oh, yes.
I just said that.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
That was literally the thing.
Okay, if you say so.
Okay, my biggest tidbit. Former Golden Bachelor Gary Turner wrote a book. And it's being talked about a good bit here. He basically wrote a lot about how Teresa is essentially a snob because she has an East Coast mindset. Him and his new fiance, though, have connected over their shared Midwest values. So, good for you, Gary. Very concerned about geography.
Yeah.
Here, he like wrote about how like Teresa got a smoothie every day, or like all this stuff, and like he wrote one part about how her friends told him like basically how expensive she was going to be, and she said like I called my friends because I was there that day he's talking about. I called them and I was like, did y'all have some conversation? And they're like, no, we did not say that to him. Teresa has obviously responded. She said, listen, yeah. I was never going to say nothing, but
she said, you can't trust this man.
Yeah, she said, this is a work of fiction. She shared a few times where Gary's temper concerned her. This one's very fun. Should have put this in real-time true crime. Mm-hmm. She said that one time he pointed to the shed in his backyard and told her that is where he would put her chopped up body if he were to kill her. She said, he was not laughing.
Like Dax Shepard.
She's like, I assume it had to be a joke.
Did you see that anniversary post
Kristen
Bell made? Y'all gotta stop saying shit like that.
Yeah, that's an inside your house
9 times out of 10, you're the ones who do it.
Yeah, that's like, does not go on the internet. Because now this is like evidence.
Unless you're like Teresa and you're like, actually this man's terrifying.
Yeah, no, this is to cover my ass.
Right.
Yeah, maybe that's what was happening.
Yeah, Kristen Bell was like, I think it might happen. Let me
just put this out there, just in case. It would be a good deterrent, I guess. But, okay, that's all for my tidbits. Any tidbits from you? Anything you can think of?
No, I'm watching Below Deck Med, and I'm watching Below Deck Med, and I'm so confused because so two of the cast members have a baby now, and they opened the first episode with like them announcing that they were pregnant.
Mm.
Like you know how they do, and then they're like rewind, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it showed her being in the show at some point and like there being a problem. They have now fired two deckhands and hired two more people onto the boat, and she's nowhere to be found. When the
Oh,
fuck is Gail
is
gonna
she,
get here
yeah. When is she gonna get
and get
pregnant?
knocked up? Come on
Yeah.
now. I don't give a fuck about these other people.
Yeah.
Bring the baby mama.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I gotta
Um.
say. I did also see something that said that Wendy and Eddie Osefo are like at risk of being deported, but then I saw someone else say like this is not real.
Mm.
So I don't know.
Uh. Okay. So on to Housewives of Salt Lake City. How on earth? I have this in all caps, but I'm not gonna scream it. How on earth did no one, no lay people, no production, no cast
Lacey.
members, take a video of Meredith losing her
I
mind
swear
on
to
a
God.
commercial flight?
Bronwyn said, "What is wrong with you people?
What
Had I
happened?
been there, there would be video evidence."
Yeah, and it's like Billy kept being like, "Nah, if there's no video evidence, it didn't happen." And I'm like,
I
"Okay,
know,
but
but a little bit I'm kind of like, do I believe Meredith? Because these people would absolutely have filmed it.
yeah, but it's also like, but it's giving very like the Bryn ending of Roni, where it's like we kind of have no choice but to believe everyone because everyone is saying the same thing.
Right.
Everyone, even Lisa, is like, yeah, she's losing her mind a little bit, like she's obviously trying to make it sound a little better, but
Yeah.
I was like, everyone says that she was off her rocker.
But like you're telling me Brittany, who took a video of them just yapping on a bus,
Mm-hmm.
didn't take a video of Meredith losing her damn mind?
Yeah.
Like, are you serious? And
Or
then,
like Brahma was saying, the flight attendant, like she didn't get in trouble. Like no
right.
one came over and
She
said
said,
like,
I would have been arrested by an air marshal.
I mean, yeah, maybe not that, but like Brittany saying the flight attendant's coming over and like apologizing to her. She doesn't say to Meredith like stop.
Right.
You get yelled at by flight attendants
Maybe
for
it was
fucking
while the
everything.
plane was landing and the flight attendant couldn't hear it happening.
Maybe. Mary's like, they come for me when my bag is sticking out like
Yeah.
2 centimeters and they can't yell at Meredith
Like
for
what the
screaming?
fuck? On a first class flight?
Yeah, those other people are trying to enjoy their little first class. Also, I saw like the seating chart of like where everyone was. And I just was thinking about when Meredith was like, Mary couldn't even see me. She was like literally one row ahead of them, diagonal. You just got to fucking turn your head. She could probably hear ya.
I also am like curious why the delay in that strong a reaction. And I guess like
Yeah.
they were saying like Lisa was like talking about screenshots or something. Or like she was saying like show us the tweet or whatever. But I
Or
was
the
like,
TikTok, yeah.
yeah, but like why didn't you ask for this when you first heard it? Why you wait until you're on a fucking floating bedroom
Mm-hmm.
and you can't get off?
Yeah, I think it's either because they were not on camera or I think Meredith was drunk. I think in the airport and
We
on the
know
first
Meredith
class
was
flight.
drunk. Come on
Yeah,
now.
I think she was getting drunk and it was funny. I don't remember who it was. Whitney. I think it was Whitney. Very casually to Bronwyn is like, "No, I don't know if it was pills or alcohol, but like," and I'm like, "Whitney, that's not going to go over well." No. But it's also like it's so like Lisa and Meredith to just be like holding on to the fact that like it's not on camera.
Yeah.
So like I'm just gonna deny. Who cares if 6 witnesses are saying they saw the same thing? But it's like,
Meredith, I guarantee you, Meredith said, "Show us the titos.
yeah,
Do you really want to go there? Show me the titos."
yeah, you service. But also, does production, like, people were saying, people saw blank seats in the seating chart and they were like, that has to be production. And I'm like, okay, or production maybe doesn't fly first class, possibly. But like, if production was sitting there,
They
again,
would have
like,
wound them cameras up.
they would have pulled up some phone cameras or
Right.
something, whatever they could. I'm
Like the
like,
flight attendants are like, "No, it has to be in airplane mode. Put your phone away."
good thing is you can get video on airplane.
Oh, whatever. But
Yeah.
okay, also, who the fuck made Daisy go into the ocean and get that fucking unicorn?
I know.
Who the
Like,
fuck?
they never showed the unicorn again, and then all of a sudden, like, they're bringing it back to her. It was like, I do get that, like, that is like really like bullyish, and then like following that, like with the flight, like, I do get that. Like, I understood like the embarrassment of like, I spent all morning looking for this unicorn, and now to find out that like someone had taken it from my room and like whatever,
And
but
thrown
like,
it in the ocean?
yeah, but
The entire ocean?
but then like her fucking face when she was like, this is like so meaningful to me, and I was like,
Yeah,
oh
I'm
my
sorry.
god,
Embarrassing.
yeah,
I think if my husband gave me a unicorn that talked to me, I
yeah,
would never, ever show anyone.
yeah, I would put it
Ever.
in the ocean.
Yeah.
And at least
All,
hope that it kills the voice part.
right. Someday he would ask me, "Hey, where's that unicorn I gave you?" And I'd say, "No idea.
Don't know.
No idea."
Yeah. Um yeah, that was quite a time. But it does, they're just so good at making TV, man. Even when it's not caught on TV.
I saw
Crazy.
someone say like that they said like the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives is like the most ghetto show, but like nobody calls them out for their behavior because they're white women. And
Mhm.
I was like, true. Like all of this, any show that's taking place in Salt Lake City is garbage trash.
Yeah.
They're they are full like Maury Povich level insane,
Yeah.
and we're just like love that for them.
Yeah. I can't. I eat it up with the
I know.
Mormons. So there is a new TLC documentary coming out about Mary's church. It is called The Cult of a Real Housewife. Mary has responded. This was like in a DM. She said, since the beginning when my grandmother opened up the church back in 1961 during civil rights, they've been saying that and they'll probably say it until the end, but these aren't lies. And at BravoCon, they asked her about it and she said, it's just sad and it's a shame. I'm ready. I mean, it's coming at a time when people are loving Mary,
I know.
which is gonna
It's a
suck.
shame.
But it's like, I have been dying to know about
Right.
her church.
I need to know. Yeah.
I have to.
I've been I need to go back and start over, but there's a documentary on HBO Max about Synanon,
Mm,
and I'm like, tell me everything. I
yeah,
need to know everything
yeah,
about these churches always.
yeah, yeah. Okay, on to the other Mormons. We're just moving right along. So outside of the new season, Taylor Frankie Paul briefly posted a video with Miranda, Layla, herself, and another woman who is not on the show. She wrote on it, just found out the snake in the middle is
I told
sleeping.
you this last episode.
Did you?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, did you tell me that it came down and people think ABC told her to take it down?
I said like she
Okay.
posted it and then like it was immediately taken down, and that it was like somebody that Miranda is friends with,
Yeah.
and like people were calling out Miranda and saying like she was a bad person for
Oh, yeah.
bringing this person into Taylor's life, and Chase was like, leave Miranda alone. Like as soon as she found out, she told Taylor, she stopped talking to this girl. Yeah.
I like Miranda. I feel like she is
I like
reasonable.
too. I like Miranda.
My thing about this is like I just wonder because we know how Taylor is. I mean, okay,
Right.
I think it's a good thing that she is like actively filming The Bachelorette while this season is airing because otherwise, like, I think they would have a really hard time like keeping her shut up.
Yeah.
You know, like as it's
Yeah.
airing and people have shit to say, like I think she would have no like filter, and she would just be, and they'd have to be like, you have to stop.
Yeah.
I don't know if she
That was
realizes.
like what I was saying about the
Yeah,
video last time was like it's crazy to me that she is the Bachelorette because like she does stuff like
it's
this and she's
watertight
still
over
doing
there.
stuff like this
Yeah,
and like it's just crazy. She
yeah.
kind of cuckoo.
Okay, so ignore that. Not breaking news. Mary already broke it. I totally
Yeah.
forgot. I'm like, maybe too much Taylor Frankie Paul shit happens. I don't know. But okay, starting off, rapid fire session. You only get one word or one name answers. Ready? What has been the most shocking storyline to you?
Hmm. The praying video.
Ah, Demi's daughter.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I
that was
hate
kind of
that.
crazy. Yeah. Who's your villain?
Marciano.
Okay. I kind of meant one of the lady.
Um, to me, I guess.
Yeah. Who's your favorite?
Layla.
Interesting. I think Layla is so messy.
I love, I love,
But I
and
think
I will
she's yep.
ride for Layla and Miranda.
Yeah. Favorite dad talker?
Like from this season, like
Mm-hmm.
as what we're watching right now,
Mm-hmm.
Connor.
Mm-hmm. And who should have gotten Dancing with the Stars? You only get to pick one, but it can be one of them who actually got it.
Mm. Mm. Can't even remember who all did the interview.
I think everyone but Demi, Macy, and Michaela.
Okay.
But you can pick Macy and Michaela if you just like wish
Um,
wish they had.
I think, I guess Jen.
Yeah.
I don't think it
Okay.
should have been Whitney.
We'll get there. Okay. Cool. That's all. So straight off the bat this season, we get into the Jesse Marciano stuff. It's like crazy to me, and I'm having trouble with this. I guess when Layla met with Marciano, it wasn't in the middle of the active season 2 filming. Like it must have been
Mm-hmm.
like kind of an additional thing. But I'm just having trouble with the fact that they are like pretty nearly constantly filming.
Right.
Like Layla's literally like, I met with Marciano a couple weeks ago.
Like the fact that they are in this season doing a
Yeah,
press tour for the previous
I
season
know.
and filming it is crazy.
Yeah. And I haven't gotten there, but I keep seeing clips like we're gonna see the season 2 reunion in this season.
Well, I mean, yeah, like not, yeah,
They're gonna show clips of it being filmed.
yes.
Like that's so crazy. But yeah, I literally put somewhere that like when they were talking to Lana Del Rey and it's season 3,
Mm-hmm.
more than
And
halfway
Jesse
through, and they're
says
like, wait till you see season 2. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like this is so crazy. It's like the
it's crazy.
opposite of the Love is Blind problem,
Yeah,
where it's like too far. It's like now,
yeah,
like this is too close together.
yeah.
Make
At
it
this
just make it
point,
a
yeah,
continuous the fucking Truman
don't do
Show.
seasons.
Yeah. Just forever and ever. Give me some live feeds. Also, I think the way that Layla handled the Jesse Marciano thing at the very beginning was like a very good example of like how people always say like I don't mind that you brought that up. I don't like the way you did it. I don't like
Mm-hmm.
because you did it in front of people or
Yeah,
you did it whatever. And I think she handled it very well for something that is also still going to be handled on reality TV.
right.
she's like, look, Jesse, like, I can't really do it without the fucking cameras. But what I can do is I can meet you at a car. We can do it outside. No one has to know. You get to choose when you share this. And I thought that was, like, very nice to see. I think often in reality TV, it's like, well, what did you want me to do? That. I wanted you to do that. What Layla did. Because I do think, like, this show, if it has nothing else, they truly care about each other's marriages.
Yeah.
So anyway, I did not realize that the guy Layla is dating is Chase's brother.
I did not realize that Layla had dated Chase.
I knew that they had, like, something. I didn't realize they were, like, dating, but the fuck?
I like them though.
I can't, when I see them on the internet, I'm like, oh, he's so cute. Yeah. And now I'm like, ugh, weird. And it's, like, weird because he was, like, present for a lot of Chase's podcast episodes where he was shit-talking them. So I'm like, I'm confused. I don't know. I'm confused. At first, not that I like these two people, but I do like when men have friendships.
Yeah.
And when they can be vulnerable with each other. So at first, I was like, I'm glad Dakota and Jordan, like, have each other, that they can, like, talk to each other. And then when he called him to pick him up from a party and left his wife there, I thought, this is a little weird. Like
yeah.
This I don't understand.
And then when Jordan was forced to admit that Dakota was wrong, and he was like,
yeah,
I guess I'm gonna support Taylor Frankie Paul.
Yeah. I'm just like, they love each other so much.
They do.
And when everyone was like, y'all are literally matching, and they looked so confused. They kept looking at each other. I was like, how do you not see this?
Right. I was like, y'all are gaslighting these women. Yeah. Pretending that you don't know you're matching.
But you're not both wearing black tank tops, hats, and micro shorts. What are you talking about?
No, I much preferred watching Zach and Connor being like, we're gonna move to Los Angeles.
Yeah, I haven't gotten there, but I think Zach, I do still feel like Zach is, like, growing on me. Like, I think Zach is for me, like,
yeah,
most improved of this whole show.
Agreed.
Like, yeah.
I like Zach.
So the Jesse and Jordan saga has been a wild ride. My instinct, as always, if you've been here a while, is to side with Jesse. Sure. Is Jesse the one that had an affair? Yeah, but I like women better than men.
Like, I feel like calling this an affair is really stretched.
They're like, we kept texting for a couple weeks. And I'm like, oh, babe, we had an
emotional affair. I'm like, am I missing something?
Yeah.
Like, these texts are not nearly as damning as Demi's.
Yeah. I mean, and then when she was reading, okay, I'll get there. So my instinct is to side with Jesse.
Oh wait, those were bad.
Yeah, and I am very sick of Jordan's primary concern being that this was emasculating.
Right.
I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
Like, there are other things I need to be concerned, like, that it's, like, gonna break up your family, that it's, like, broke your trust. But,
when he's like, what is our son gonna say?
Yeah.
Like, basically, like, he was, like, what's our son gonna say when he grows up to realize you're a whore?
Yeah, right? Yeah.
I was like,
I feel like if they weren't on camera, he would have said that exact thing.
Right.
Because she says, like, he calls me names all the time.
Yeah.
However, it was a bit crazy to watch Jessie read her sex out loud with Jordan present. And it was like, more than anything, it was weird because it was so cringy. And, like, all the girls were like, you told us what you did. Like, we don't need to hear it. We're good.
At one point when she said, like, oh, I hate myself, I was like, you could stop. You could stop.
Yeah. I'm like, or just, like, not here. Like, you could have done this when you invited Macy and Michaela to your house.
Right.
You could, like, why are you doing this?
Right.
talking about your vagina out loud. That's crazy. And then you wanna come for Demi, for Demi for saying that slurping oysters is just like swallowing cum, and I'm like, I don't know. I feel like you might have said that too, if the conversation allowed you.
It's true.
It was also weird to see her go see and like hug Marciano.
Yeah.
Like he
And they
just
were
read
like
a rumor.
giggling.
He just read a rumor that you fucked him when you didn't. He admitted he lied about you, and you're like, "Hi, how are ya?" Brings you flowers. You're like, "Thank you." Like,
She said, "Oh, you're so sweet."
excuse me?
Excuse me?
Yeah. And then invited him to a group dinner, which I totally get is a problem. I think to me, the worst part is going to be when Jordan sees that they went to the bar together alone before they went to dinner. Like they was just hanging out. He told her she looks so beautiful. She says that makes this awkward for me. She didn't say maybe you shouldn't come to dinner. She sat by him at dinner.
They
Like
were
this is
giggling.
so crazy. Yeah. It's like watching her be in the stage of the affair where Tom Sandoval and Rachel were dressing as each other for Halloween, except we already know about it, and your husband already knows about it. So maybe the hee hee ha ha is like, I mean, not that there's ever a time for that, but like maybe it's especially not right now.
Right.
And like Taylor Frankie Paul having to be like, I don't think this is gonna go well.
Yeah.
Was like crazy to me. What is up with her being like so stable?
I know, but it was actually crazy, like that Jordan basically just invited them all over to be like, "The
I
fuck is wrong with my
know.
wife?"
That
I was
was
like, "What is
so
happening?"
weird. But
I
then
don't like it.
even her reaction, and like I totally get her wanting to know, but like she is sharing way too much. And like even when she was like, I immediately took them to breakfast the next day, and she sits down and she's like, tell me what he said. Or she's like calling, tell me what Demi said. And it's like it's giving like pick me, but about the mistake that you made. Like I would think that you would like to talk about this as little as possible and handle this as non-publicly as possible. And yet, like nonstop wanting to talk about this. And I'm like, and then she's like, and I'm going to go sit down with Demi. And I just want her to hear from me that we didn't have sex. Don't sit down with that person.
Right.
What are you doing?
Like,
These are the people who are trying to ruin your life.
They are like coming for Demi left and right for continuing to talk to Marciano, which like I understand the confusion, but like, why are y'all talking to her?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, what are your thoughts on the Demi and Marciano stuff? And it's not like this is the first time we talked about it because we knew it was all over the internet.
I wish I knew exactly what the allegations were.
I mean, she said in that one episode there were 2 ass grabs. So I'm like, is that the accusation?
I think that it is fair for her to say she was sexually assaulted.
Sure.
By him.
If there were 2 ass grabs, then yeah.
Right. I do also think that like why does she have to, I don't know. Like I guess like I don't know. I think that goes back to like why are you still like why do you want these people to like believe you and advocate for you? Like they're not your friends. Like why are we riding so hard for them to admit that you're right or like believe you or whatever when they clearly don't? And like but I think that Connor is exactly right about like if somebody did something to me, I would keep my children very far away from that person. I think that's a very fair point, and I think it's interesting because she's like one of the very few in that group who they bleep out her child's name. She's not on the show. I don't think she posts pictures of her on Instagram even. And so like the fact that like whatever she was saying about the FaceTime is like one thing, but like going like then sending him a video of your child praying for him, I think is strange.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I want to acknowledge that, like, yes, people handle trauma in different ways.
Yeah. Sammy
and like,
said, like, oh, her response was fun.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right. And like, I think there are parts of what she says that are like very like real and relatable and like true for lots of people who have ever been, especially in a situation where it could be considered like a minor sexual assault,
right?
But you still like, that's still what it was, and it was still like a violation of space and whatever. And I'm not a person who like, go back to like the Valley and Kristen Doty, I'm not a person who like thinks that women should have to like be careful with the way that they wield the term sexual assault. Right. I think people should get more comfortable with what sexual assault includes. Right. Where I struggle is that like, she's unwilling to like fill in the blanks for people. She doesn't say like, she says it's sexual assault, and then when they say like, oh, like, really, like, did you feel that way, she doesn't say like, he didn't rape me, he didn't whatever. She just doesn't, it's unwanted touch. She doesn't say that until she goes and puts the post on Instagram. She doesn't like clarify for anyone. She doesn't say to them, yes, I know I told you I wasn't a victim, but I think I was making excuses, or I've got a therapy for this, or I've talked, whatever. And then I think where you really lose me, the sending of your kid thing, like, yes, it's a handling of it, and we shouldn't judge how people handle it. I think that though, like, when your handling of it starts to like affect other people, like, I'm allowed to judge like a little. Yeah. Like, it doesn't mean that I think it's like untrue, but it means like, you should have made a better choice. You should not have sent this person who you think is a dangerous sexual predator a picture of your female child. Right. Okay? Like, probably just not the best idea. I also think I'm judging with the way you're bringing Macy and Michaela into this.
Yes.
I think it's absolutely horrendous that you are almost forcing them to try to say to you...
She's trying to get them to call their bluff.
Well, I feel like she's forcing them to try to say, mine was worse than yours. I feel like she's forcing them to try to, like, compare. And, like, they don't want to do that. But also, like, to Michaela's point, like, I'm so sorry, but, like, especially Michaela was a child and had ongoing sexual abuse by a family member, if I understand correctly. For you to say that, like, I don't know, as a person who has experienced some of those, like, unwanted touch, minor sexual assault moments, I would never try to tell someone who has gone through something, maybe worse isn't even the word, but has like gone through something different, but in the same vein, that they have to understand me, be on my side, be there for me, because like, I do not like suddenly know what it feels like to be an 8-year-old who is experiencing sexual abuse at the hands of a family member. That is not an experience that I've had. And so like, it's just like really disgusting. And it's disgusting that she like tries to make everyone else sound disgusting for like not being there for her.
Right.
And it's like, I just,
I think that it's actually crazy to compare two ass grabs to two different situations of continuous abuse and sexual abuse. And I think especially when you're talking to Michaela, like, I think that Michaela could turn back around and say, like, well, I would think that you of all people would know, because you've now experienced what I've experienced, apparently, that it's not appropriate to send someone that you call in public a sexual predator videos of your children. Like, I feel like Michaela can easily, like, throw that back at her.
Right, like she said to her therapist, my son or my kids are now the age that I was. She could say it to me, and I would never send a picture of them, a video of them, to my abuser.
And I think that's like, I think what got me about like what Connor was saying was like, because like Connor started crying, and he was like, Whitney was like, "Are you okay?" And he said, I
So
just
did they
think,
all find out about the sending of her daughter?
yes. So,
Okay.
okay, you haven't gotten there yet.
No.
So after the reunion, Whitney
Mhm.
lunch with Demi and like basically was like, here's everything that Jesse said at the reunion about you, and like it doesn't look good for you, and so like what are your defenses basically?
Yeah.
And she kind of went through everything, and then she said like, um I asked her about the video, and she like said that she was on the phone with Marciano, and her daughter came over and said, "Who are you talking to?" And she said like, "Oh, it's my friend." And she said, "I want to see." And she clicked FaceTime, and so then it became a FaceTime thing, and then so her daughter like met him that way, and then he asked her, I guess it was like nighttime maybe, and he asked her like, "Have you said your prayers yet?" And uh she was like, "No." And then they were getting ready for bed, so they were not on FaceTime anymore, and she sent him a video of her daughter praying for him because after her daughter read his name on her phone, she didn't understand like how to say it, and so she thought the video was funny because she called him Martino baby.
Mhm.
And that's what she sent him a video of, was her daughter going through her prayer list and saying like, and pray for Martino baby. And so it was like supposed to be some funny thing. And so then Whitney went back and was telling Connor what the conversation had been, and he started crying, and she was like, "I'm sorry, like, are you okay? Like, do you want me to stop talking about it?" And he said, like, he was like, "I will always believe someone who says they're a victim because I know
Mhm.
how it feels to not be believed about that." And he was
Yeah.
like, "So I will never say that that didn't happen to her. But what I don't understand is how you're saying that this person hurt you, harmed you as a fellow human being, put their hands on you inappropriately, did something to hurt you, and you are allowing them access to your children
Mhm.
in some way, shape, or form." He's like, "I don't understand that." And
Yeah.
I think that like that, because like we learned at the reunion that Connor is also a
Sure.
victim of ongoing childhood sexual abuse. And so like I think that he was able to say a lot of the things that Michaela wasn't able to say about this. And I think that like that's such a valid point that he's
Mhm.
making. And then like and then at one point when they're talking about it again, they ask her, I don't remember who, I think it might have been Jesse, I think, asked her like, "So if he sexually assaulted you, why are you still talking to him?" And she
Yeah.
said, "Well, I don't know. Why does somebody whose husband has beat them 70 times still stay with them?" And like that, I was like, again, because like that's what Macy experienced.
Right.
This isn't the same thing.
Yeah. And like I think that that's like again, like I honestly do I believe that Marciano grabbed Demi's ass? Yeah. Yeah,
Mhm.
I do.
Yeah.
Seems really on brand for him. Seems like a thing he would do. Do I think he asked for consent before he grabbed her ass? No. No, I do not.
Right.
Think that's not usually how that happens.
Yeah. And not
So
denying that that is sexual assault.
of course. So do I think like this is a person who she can keep her distance from? She can say fuck this dude. Yeah, I think she has every right to do that. I think it's odd that she didn't. And I think the whole like keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer thing is weird for someone you've met
Mhm.
once. Like this is not like, oh, like a family member. This is not like I'm going to keep in their good graces. Like you met him one time on vacation
Right.
on a TV show. Like what allegiance do you owe him? But I
Right.
also think a fair critique again just of her handling, and I also think like Demi has to she turns it around to like hating women and like whatever. We're allowed to like critique your response to
Yeah.
it. Doesn't mean that we like are now like it's a good thing he touched you. Like
Right.
we're just saying like it's a the response was questionable. I think another fair critique is that like Chase put his hands on you in a non-sexual way, but like hands on you nonetheless, not consensually,
Yeah.
unwanted touch, disgusting, get him out of here. and you went to get your husband to beat his ass. This guy sexually unwanted touched you twice, and you get on a FaceTime call with him, with your husband sometimes, with him, with your daughter sometimes. And like, I think that where I'm also frustrated is like, I feel like as much as Jesse's like doing some weird shit, I do think she has like fallen on the sword about this like emotional affair. Like, she's not trying to be like, it was just 2 weeks or whatever. She's like, it was an emotional affair. Demi had an emotional affair with Marciano. If Jesse did, Demi did.
Right.
If the texting, if keeping in contact over, and like, I think Demi's argument is that, well, Brett knew about it and Jordan didn't. But it's like, if keeping in constant contact and talking about your family and your children and getting on FaceTime and being there for each other, if that's what an emotional affair is, that's what happened with Demi. Now, is it unheard of for people to have actual emotional relationships with abusers? No, it is not. To her point, that Macy or whoever stay with people who abuse them sometimes. That's what happens. But like, there isn't any like self-awareness following where she's like, and then I proceeded to have an emotional affair with my abuser, and that was stupid of me. Or
Right.
She's just like, don't judge me. Don't judge me.
I
And
also
it's
think that the fact that she is a grown woman, like, I like think about, like, when I was in college, my freshman year of college, experienced minor sexual assault, if that's what we're gonna call it.
Sure.
And like within the next few months, like, continued to like talk to that person and be around them. And also, though, I was 18, and
like,
I
college is
also
like a forced
didn't.
proximity situation.
Right. And well, he didn't go to my school.
Oh, never mind.
But so like, also, I think that I was like very confused on what happened at the time, on like,
Yeah.
if it was sexual assault. And I was gonna say, it almost sounds like Demi just learned the definition of sexual assault, the way she keeps saying it was unwanted touch. It was unwanted touch. Cause like, I feel like once I like reconciled that like what happened to me was an unwanted touch, and like a place that people shouldn't be touching me, I was like, oh, okay, like I was like assaulted in some way. And then like thinking about my response to it, like I was like very traumatized at the time, but then I like kind of like blew it off pretty quickly. But like, you are a grown up, and also like you have another person to be responsible for and to protect, and you're not. Like, that I think is like what I can't like wrap my head around, is like, I think we can like excuse her reaction and like her fawning for him and whatever afterwards, like all day long, is like, we don't know how we would react, but like, ultimately, like, she is not protecting her daughter. She did not protect her daughter
And
from
I would love
someone
to
that
just
she
hear her
publicly
say that.
called a sexual predator.
If
And
she would
like,
just
the
say,
fact
I
that she
regret
can't say
that.
it. Right.
Yeah.
And like, in the last episode, the very last episode, they like really hash it out. And I don't think she ever does say like, I regret. She says like she regrets some things. I don't think that that's one of them. But she like continues to say like, I was trying, I don't know why I did it. I was trying to like get on, like, not upset him or whatever. But like, I you you sent a video. Like, that's the thing, is like, it wasn't like they were on FaceTime and he saw her praying. Like, she took a video and sent it to him. Nobody made her do that.
And she's like, every text, every call, every FaceTime, Brett was aware of. And like, okay, that makes me have questions about Brett too. That like, Brett knows that this person, Brett, who tried to beat Chase's ass for touching you, knows that this person apparently grabbed your ass twice, unwanted touch, sexually assaulted you, and Brett's okay with you sending videos of y'all's daughter to him?
Right.
Like, I just, at the very least, I also like logically, which like again, you're not maybe in your most logical mind with this person, but like logically, you're saying I want to keep my friends close, my enemies closer because I don't want him to be able to twist things. So maybe don't give him more correspondence between the two of you to be able to use as evidence, because now he has sent that to Jesse as proof that you're comfortable with him.
Right.
Because you sent him a video of your daughter.
Yeah, it's giving, well, you can't wear that around that family member because he can be a little like,
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And you welcome it a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
But
I think the truth is obviously like somewhere, I don't know. I mean, I think she's telling the truth. I just don't love like the defense of her actions when Jesse is having to be so contrite for this 2-week long texting relationship she had, and you basically did the same thing. Marciano was doing it to both of you at the same time, and you can't say like, damn, like I did that too. Like I
think what's so sad is like Jesse's like embarrassed that it was Marciano because he was more interested in Demi.
Yeah.
And Demi can't even admit that she did anything wrong.
Yeah, and like, but then like Taylor kind of said that too. She's like, that's so embarrassing for Jessie that she was willing to take second place to Demi. So it's like, that does suck. But okay, that's what I have on that. Does it, and I'm feeling like maybe it does it change your thoughts about Whitney that she only came back to filming so that she could audition for Dancing with the Stars? Or is it totally fine that she just wanted to get something that she wanted if she's going to film the show?
No, I think that's crazy. And I think it's crazy that they let her.
I know. I was going to say, what is up with these contracts? Like, different than Bravo. Because, like, Bravo, like, you sign the contract and you're in, or you're not.
Right.
Like, you don't get to just hop in.
The first episode, I was very confused. Because I was like, why are Whitney and Demi in the opening credits if they have left the show? Because, like, surely they don't just let them back in halfway through.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like, I would think that's like a little crazy for the show to be like, no, you want to come back literally the week before this interview with Dancing with the Stars.
Right.
Part of me is like, people are like, you want me to hate her just because she wants to get her bag? And like, this show is like kind of in a constant fourth wall break. So like, in a way, like this fits, I guess, where like we hear a lot about how negotiations work. We hear a lot about like when they were at that event and they're like, cameras weren't up, so we just all pulled up our phones. Like, they talk a lot about like, she's here just to film content, or like, you know, like you're very aware that this is their jobs.
Right.
And like, I think that's part of the show is like seeing kind of how influencers live and like how they do stuff. So it's like, on the one hand, like, I guess it's not that crazy that Whitney's like, I'm being given an opportunity. This is becoming more worth it to me.
Yeah.
But it just is like, it feels even less fair that she got it. And I just, it's like really weird to just watch her be like, yeah, I want to come back and I want to make money and I want to be on Dancing with the Stars, but I do not want to be y'all's friends.
Right.
It's like, imagine if you went on Summer House and you were like, no, I literally hate all of you in this show about friendship. But I'm here to make money. So cool. They would be like, no. So yeah, I
think it's crazy that she admitted that also. And that by the end of the season, she has like completely spun it around.
Yeah. What if you did not get it, girl?
Right.
That would have been crazy. I like rooting for Whitney. I like being like, yeah. But what it makes me think is like, oh, Whitney's the Sheena. Whitney and Demi are the Sheena and Lala.
She's like a little more palatable Sheena.
Sure. Like, yeah, but it's like, you are here to work. You are here to make storylines. You are here to make money. You are here, like, that is it. And like, that's how I feel like, especially by the end, like Sheena and Lala were. And it was just like, I don't want you here then.
Remember when Sheena announced that Brock had an affair and we all just forgot about it?
I mean, I didn't.
Killed her. That probably killed her. That people stopped talking about it.
I'm sure we'll hear about it in the Valley. Okay. And kind of my final thing. until we just kind of shoot the shit, I'm sure. But once again, I am right back to this place. And keep in mind, I haven't finished all the episodes, but I've done pretty good. But I'm right back to this place where Jace makes me really like him. And the reason I struggle with that is because of like the age thing when they started dating. But it's like every time I look at them and I'm like, well, he's only 29 and she's 25. Like right now their relationship is fine. Like I'd be like so cool with it. But like I do think like it's cute to hear that like he's like, I just want emotional intimacy with her. She doesn't get very vulnerable with me, and she doesn't really seem to with most people at all. And he's like, I want to go to therapy with you because so you aren't alone. And then Michaela even said like he does make sure all my needs, because like a lot of women are arguing like we don't have sex because there's fucking dishes everywhere, or like my husband doesn't provide the emotional intimacy. And Michaela's like, he kind of does all of that. He makes sure my needs are met. He does all this stuff, and I still don't want to have sex with him. And like I don't know, I haven't gotten into like the end episodes where I assume this is just going to keep going, but like I feel, part of me feels like I'm glad that they ended up together. I wish it had not been when she was 16 and that she had had an immediate pregnancy, especially apparently fresh out of, which has probably got to be a huge part of this too, right? Is that like she had no healing time between her childhood sexual abuse and then another, like whether Jace was like abusive or not, like another childhood sexual trauma in that like she should not have been having sex with a grown man. So like I don't know, it does feel like kind of duh that this is now happening, you know, like she has had nothing but sexual trauma and sexual shame her entire life, and there was not even a break.
I kept waiting for her to say like that she had like some kind of realization about their age gap. She doesn't. She does.
I did think that too. Say, I thought, like, I wonder if she'll say, and I got pregnant by Jace when I was 16, which is also shameful or like causes me shame.
Yeah, she did say at one point that she had not told Jace that it started when she was 6. And that was like something she was very nervous to tell him. And so like I think that was part of it. And then there's a part where they're talking about like her birth plan, and she's saying like that there's, her therapist suggested getting an epidural because like being a victim of like sexual abuse, that her instinct might be to like tense up, and that would make it really hard to give birth.
Do we know about her first birth? Like, was it natural?
I have no idea.
Okay.
But he was like, yeah, okay. And then I just think he has the personality of a napkin. Like, there's one point he said something.
I think he's not made for camera.
Yeah, he said something like, "Oh, I'm so excited," and I was like,
"Are ya?"
Sure.
Really?
Could have fooled me. But like
when
even
he
in like
picked
his
himself
interviews,
up on that stripper pole on the party bus, I was like, "Who is this man?"
Even in the interviews, he's like, "Yeah, I like am sad that Michaela's sad. Yeah, and I love her a lot."
Yeah, yeah, but like, I feel like I see a lot of like, not in the bad things, but like I see a lot of like Billy in him that like he's not made for camera. Like
I think Billy would actually do really well on camera.
I don't know. I just think like he's just like, oh, I'm here, you know. But yeah, I mean, I just struggle because like kind of like Taylor is saying, like you do kind of view them as like one of the strongest relationships, and then you remember, and you're like,
and it hits you.
I don't know about this. If you could have just waited to be with her until she was not 16, that would have been great.
But also,
and probably would have been good for her.
Yeah,
to have some time.
Don't admit that you waited for her to be not 16, because that's also
No, but I mean, like, if I'm just saying, like, I wish their relationship had been able to happen, but when they were both adults.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did they meet?
I know. Yeah.
Where did they meet?
And like we talked about this last season, but like didn't she say that her sexual abuse went till she was like 14 or 15?
She said it stopped when she was 15.
Yeah. So like it's just
And then by 16 she was pregnant with Casey's
yeah.
baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's also Macy talks about, so have you gotten to the part where they go to the Pride event?
No.
Okay, so they go to a Pride event.
Mm.
And Macy, this kind of I thought was interesting because of like how Demi has been like, you have to agree with me. But uh, Macy and Jacob bring Jacob's cousin, who is gay, and
Mm.
goes to BYU.
Okay.
Probably not anymore, because you're not allowed to be gay at BYU, and he just announced it
Mm-hmm.
on a TV show.
Maybe
But
he's like my graduation days before this.
yeah, she was talking in like her interview about it. She was like, I feel like I understand him a little bit. And she's like, and obviously, like, I don't know what it's like to be gay, but I do know what it's like to be kicked out of BYU, because
Mm-hmm.
I got
Mm-hmm.
pregnant while I was at BYU. And, like, I just think that, like, perfect example of being like,
Mm-hmm.
I kind of get it, but
Uh,
different
yeah.
different degree of it. And
Yeah.
she's like, I remember like feeling so ashamed of myself because I had gotten pregnant and now I was being kicked out of school. And she's like, and it doesn't seem fair that people can be kicked out of school just for who they love.
Mm-hmm.
And then her and Jacob leave the Pride event and they take one of the little like flags you carry and they stick it in their yard so that everyone knows
We're gay.
that they love the gays.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's like again, if you were to me, you probably would have been like, "Well, I was pregnant in college," which is actually worse because you can't hide that. Like, you
Right.
know, and Macy's
You
not
of all
trying
people should understand.
yeah, Macy's not trying to be like, "And I win."
Right.
She's just like, you know, I can relate to like judgment in the Mormon culture, but like
Yeah.
differently cuz I'm not gay.
Yeah. Layla
Yeah.
said, there is like a part of the Book of Mormon that says that black skin is a curse, and like that's like kind of bad. I
Yeah.
was like, okay, Layla.
Yeah. It was I thought that was like a really nice and good storyline was her hair.
Yeah,
Some people are like poor Jessie is never escaping these bad hair
I
allegations,
know.
but like I think it is totally true. Like if the other girls who get their hair done by Jessie are not having their hair fall out, like it is likely just a texture
Right.
thing. And I felt like Jessie like handled it very well. She just was like, "I'm your friend and I want you to tell me stuff. I don't want you to be afraid, but also like I'm so glad you found that person. Like
Yeah.
that's not readily available here in
Yeah.
Utah." And like I do feel like a little bit Jessie was like, "Now can she teach me so that I can add it to my business?" But it's like,
Right.
"No. Let
Yeah.
the black hairstylist have her clientele. Leave her alone."
Right.
Um but yeah, like I thought that was like a good thing for Layla to like discuss is like how what it's like to be like
Yeah.
different than these women. She wants to
Sammy
use
said
her
she's
friend.
black. I said, Layla? And he said, yeah, she black? I was like, are you fucking blind?
What did he
He's
think
he said, I
her
thought she
background
was
was?
just tan.
Okay. 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 But it's like in so many ways she is so like these other girls where like she just wants to use her friend to get hair extensions and she's like all the other Utah ladies that want long hair and like all this stuff and
And now
but
she's blonde.
yeah. But did you see that she said that's a wig?
Mm-mm.
She posted on Instagram and said like, "Okay, I'm in my wig era or whatever she said."
Cute.
So like I don't know if maybe she had more hair concerns or if she's just like, "I'm going to try this. This is so fun."
Yeah.
Um so yeah, I mean I think it's fun to hear her like recognize her differences. And I thought it was crazy that she was like, "Unfortunately, I did not know about this scripture before I converted."
Nobody thought to tell me.
Yes. I feel like her implication was like, I maybe would have made a different decision. Just maybe.
She's one of two liberals on the show.
Yeah. Have you read Macy's book?
No. Should I?
I mean, if you want to know stuff, yeah, but
About Macy?
yeah, but it's very much like, it's not like she probably didn't have a ghostwriter. It's not like eloquently written. It's very like journal entry ish. But I mean, it it tells you more about her story and like about her abuser and about Eric, her son's dad. So it's like cool to know. Macy and Michaela are probably my favorites. So like that's fun for me, but and she has like a very like she has had a very memoirable life. So like it is not like a lack of interesting.
Yeah.
Certainly. Yeah. All right. You who has finished it. Anything else you want to say here?
The last scene is absurd.
Okay.
How fucking dare they?
Are they gonna immediately start filming season 4? Are they already filming season 4?
Probably, but they're gonna have to address some things about our new Bachelorette.
Yeah, true.
The last scene, when it said up next, a whole different show, I said, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Great.
You can't leave me this way.
Yeah.
It was absurd.
Did they say if they're doing a reunion last year? Because you remember last year they like didn't mention one. And then it just kind of okay. All right,
absurd.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah, have fun.
Yeah. Okay. Bye.
Bye.